InDaynaMo and welcome back to my Taglish channel! Hello guys! How are you all on either side of the universe? So guys, for today's video, Jax will tour you here sa ating caravan. So ano yung mga updates, ano yung finish niya, yung renovation, yung mga appliances nilagay namin, yung mga wires na nilagay namin dito sa ating caravan guys. So here, you will see tour ni Jax dito sa ating mini tour dito sa updates dito sa ating caravan for today's video guys. So what are we waiting for? Happy watching!
So guys, just going to give you a tour of the caravan. As you remember, we've actually been parked up in Mount Gambier for the last 8 months or so. So during that time period, I've pretty much spent that pretty much adding stuff to the caravan, fixing things, making upgrades. So I've been starting around here. I've replaced all those marker lights there. I ended up getting a new cartridge to go inside the toilet. That's locked. Around the bottom there, I've resealed everything. That strip around there, I resealed all that. I resealed all the windows. I added those new tank cap here, a new tank filler there because there's missing parts. Just before we left, me and my brother did all the brakes on my wheels there. So fixed all that. I replaced the electrical inlet. I serviced the hot water system. What else can I show you? I'll show you my tunnel boots shortly, but I mean the biggest upgrade up there, well, I fixed the antenna point, but obviously we've got all the solar panels on the top of the roof there. There's 1500 watts of solar up there, pretty much 15 individual panels. Even looking at the drawbar at the front here, I replaced the emergency brake thing there. I put new chains on. I wired up the Anderson plug so I can't have the caravan on drive. I put on a new 7-pin plug on there. We've got the trailer mate here as well, which is rather like a jockey wheel. It's actually like a hydraulic stand. Weight distribution is there. Anti-sway there. I put in new gas bottle holders here. And put in a new sort of bracket to hold that in place because it wasn't that great. So we've got there, we've got locks in there as well now because they were quite loose last time. We've got the Starlink up there, so you probably remember our Starlink video. Being where a caravan park usually speed aren't that great, so having that available will pretty much give us fast internet wherever we are. Trying not to show the ground here, just because we've got all the stuff outside. I've got a new deadlock on my outside here, so I'll pretty much screw that into the side there, because usually you just got that sort of this lock here. So I'll put this deadbolt here, so again you can sort of lock it, and if someone does get in they can't get out. Let me take you around a bit more. These bars already came with the caravan. But I've got these straps over here as well, and what that does is when it's windy, the awning doesn't move. Otherwise, I think it's the first couple of nights I didn't actually have those bars in and the whole thing flapped and felt like it was going to fly away. This here is a pull-out table, so inside that there I actually replaced the straps to sort of help it come down. I'll show you that shortly. On the back, I haven't got this on. I mean, I resealed all the backlight here. I'll put in reversing cameras there, so while I'm driving I actually can see behind, so I can see any cars behind me, and also when we're reversing I can look pretty much straight down. I've got 2 jerry can holders here full of diesel. I'll put in a new pipe, like it's a pipe there, but it pretty much holds those straps that hold up the awning. I've got the diesel heater tank back there as well, so inside there's actually a diesel heater which I'll take you through as well. I'll replace the globe in there. Put new handles in here as well, so pretty much anything that could be replaced I sort of did. I'll put in new reflectors. Yeah, I pretty much everything I could replace on here I pretty much did, just so I could be certain that everything's going to be new. So I get new marker lights. There's just those awning straps there. I'll go get some keys and I'll take you through the other side. on the ground here, I've actually got 3 large solar panels which you can actually put out. Like say if you're parked under a tree and you're getting solar, you can actually take these out here and they fold out, and then they'll connect into one of the charge controllers inside. So there we go. I'll do that one. So this is actually a table, so you can actually barbecue on this. Admittedly, I actually used it. I put the angle grinder on there when I was cutting wood. But yeah, these straps here are replaced with something a bit thicker, and I actually put new locks on here as well. So the other ones, I don't think I had any spare keys for them. They're a bit rusted out, so I actually just put new locks on there, just off eBay. So let's have a look. InDaynaMo is doing some washing. So yep, the car's back again. Okay, we'll go around to the business side of things. So just in case you don't know, at caravans, there's like the black hose there is like a waste hose. That's just water from the shower and taps and sinks. That's just our drinking water hose going into the side there. So it's got a filter. So that's the business tank there. It actually just slots in, so when it's full you just take it out, dump it, rinse it out, just slide it back in again. And here's part of the storage. So the tunnel boot actually goes all the way through, but this side here is just the small side. So I'll put the sliders in here. So on this side here, I've pretty much just got all the leveling stuff here. So I've got pegs there, I've got leveling blocks here, I've got a jack, and those there is just if you're on uneven ground. Those are already in here. That's like the emergency braking system there, and also the fuses for the lights. So again, you can lock all these up. I've got a smaller gas bottle there for barbecue that I've just locked up outside, but it usually travels inside the caravan. So I won't take this all the way up. But here, I've got the same tunnel boot. I've actually put lighting in there as well. So this one here is actually similar to the other side, but this one's actually 4 tubs in length, so you can kind of see it. I'll hold it up for a sec. But there's actually 4 of these tubs all in a row. So here I've usually got for water and some electricity, where I've got more sort of cords in it for solar panels. And I've got 2 more tubs there of like bug zappers, extra screws, electronics and whatnot. Been here for about a week and a half, or so 2 weeks now. There's some stuff I probably don't need and I'll probably be getting rid of eventually, just to have more space for storage. So again, I'll lock this back up. One of the things as well that it took so long to sort of make adjustments for, we did actually have some water damage. So in I think all 4 corners, like down the bottom here, I had to replace wood. So it's like cut out the old stuff which is rotten and then remove it, and then I resealed all here. I'm going to clean that up eventually, but for now I just want to make sure there's no water getting in. So guys, let's go inside and see InDaynaMo. So also, while we're over here, I did replace, there's a power inlet, outlet over there as well, so you can actually plug stuff outside here. So this is the door. You can actually sort of take it away from the screen, so you can actually like have a screen door and let air in. So again, let's go inside. So we put that little mat there. We've got our new carpet we got from IKEA. Kumusta ka?
Bulaga.
You're
Hello,
wearing
guys.
glasses. Yes, you're working, are you? Walang tambay dito.
I'm editing, guys.
You're doing editing. Not this video, this is for someone else. So we upgraded the head unit over here. I'll put in new speakers in the corners there. I've got a security camera there. I've got more lights. There's a Google speaker. We've got our Starlink. So this is a part that actually goes inside the caravan. So this is like the, I guess the router or the modem for it. I've got another router there which can plug into, or that one plugs into, but you can also connect to other Wi-Fi sources. Smoke detector. This is our electronics cabinet here. So I've got like a Raspberry Pi there which runs Home Assistant, more USB ports. I've got 2 hard drives in there. And just as another thing there, I've actually put a thermostat there, so if it actually gets too warm, cold air blows in. Everything there is run off Google Power Points, so I can turn that on and off remotely if I want to save power. We have our Google Home Max, which I'm sure InDaynaMo did an unboxing for. So yeah, that's our sort of main speaker or screen we look to. We got an air fryer, so it's big enough there.
Dirty, yeah.
Very dirty, yes, but that's what we can use. We can actually make large size pizzas in there, but also pretty much any kind of thing that requires frying, we can do in there. I've got a selection of torches. We have an alarm in here as well. We have our fridge. I installed a new microwave in here as well. The last one, the buttons on here were just weird in operation. Also had a turntable. So now this one actually doesn't have a turntable, so you can't forget to accidentally like break. Oh, it's not going to break while you drive, so you'd have to stuff a pillow or anything there. Also for the size, it actually has a bigger sort of cooking area, so it's actually good. I mean, we use this here usually for popcorn, if we're microwaving sort of vegetables and stuff. We have our Prime Ministers. We do need the elbow one, but I'm not sure we're going to get that from. So just following on from everything else, I put sliders in here as well. So all these drawers here, rather than have to empty it out, you can actually pull all the contents out. So similar to the tunnel boot, you can pretty much remove everything from the cabinets there. We've got a fire blanket, fire extinguisher. We've got our bin here from, we had this in the Philippines actually. I brought it over with us, but it's pretty much fully somewhat automated. I've turned it off now, but if you put your hand over a sensor, usually that will flick up, and then it can actually automatically seal the bag on the top. You take that old bag out, and then we'll put a new bag in there for you. So this here is our work setup. So I sit over here on the left hand side. So I just have like the one monitor there, my laptop there, and I just do my own sort of work. InDaynaMo sort of pretends to do her stuff, but again, she actually has a dual monitor set up here. So she's got one monitor here for maybe work sometimes. Then she's got a turn-based screen there. She watches teleseries and Rafi Tufo in action. So we've just got more food in here. We just got utensil drawers. All that's usually our cleaning stuff inside there.
The monitor there too. Have you seen your monitor?
No.
You just talk a lot in the
So here we've got our coffee machine, which I'm sure InDaynaMo did another bit of unboxing of that. We've got our gauges over here. So we've got our water, which has got a tiny bit in there because we added when we were stuck in pathway. I'll put some water in there. That's for leveling, so when say if I'm reversing, I can actually use that as a guide to know how level we are, both left to right, up and down. This is our battery monitor, so it actually lets us know
You're fine.
yeah, it lets us know how much battery power we've got, how much we're currently using, stuff like that there. We've just got another little knob here which controls the lights under here. So that's what I also did. There was some lights there, but I replaced them with more energy efficient puck lights. I've got little sensors there. I've got this here just about a week ago, so it actually drains all the water out there. Kettle for spice rack is already in here. We'll put up the knife block here. Otherwise those knives were in the drawers here, so it just makes better use of space. Another camera. This is another project. I'll replace the air conditioning system on top there. So this one here is a lot more energy efficient than the last one. I've got a remote control. It's actually a lot more quieter and more powerful at the same time. I've got the Sirocco fans here as well. So they run there off 12 or 24 volt. And they're just really, I guess, really efficient. They push out a lot of air and they're quite quiet as well. They're probably the best ones on the market. And just some other geeky gadgets here. I've got these ones here run off like a wireless signal, but they the lights themselves also have Wi-Fi, so I can actually turn the lights on and off with my Google Assistant plus Home Assistant. But these ones here you don't need Wi-Fi to use, so they're always going to turn on and off regardless if you have Wi-Fi or internet connectivity. So on my side here we've just got another bedroom light. I've got a thermostat so you can see the temperature. That's a remote control for the aircon. This is the remote control for the diesel heater. Here we've got another Google Home Mini, I think it is. Just a small version. I've had that run for ages. All my charging stuff there. So down here, so this here's the diesel heater screen. So that's actually the outlet. All the guts of it's all underneath the bed. So that's just a screen for it there, and we were using it a lot when we were parked up at Roberto's house. It's really good for pretty much heating up the caravan when you don't have electricity, or you don't want to use electricity. We've got all the skylights here. So one thing I did here as well is I actually replaced all the blinds and the fly screens. I was able to buy that as sort of like one whole unit, so I replaced all that. Just another geeky gadget here. I won't move my jackets out of the way because it's winter. I've got a lot of jackets out. So that is our pull down. It's actually on a chain motor. It's our automated projection screen. So you pretty much press, I've got a button over here. You press that and that screen actually comes down, and that's how we watch TV, or don't watch too much TV as it is, but when we do our binges on a Thursday night. And so that's our projector there. So all I do is turn this on, and yeah, we've watched TV off the screen on this side here. So we've there actually installed that PowerPoint under there, so we didn't have like a cord hanging down. So that's a projector. So again, there are Sirocco fans. That's a chain motor there, so all the blinds here are automated. You just press the button and the blinds will go up and down. So you see here. Oh, so sharp. So they actually will stop and start at like a defined height. I already had those motors there. Yeah, I already had them already. So I was going to install them actually on a house, but we didn't. Didn't really end up using them, so I just put them in here instead. We ended up using roller blinds. There used to be Venetians in here, but they used to be really noisy. Let a lot of light through. So these ones here do a really good job. They're just reading lamps. So they actually got a USB in the bottom there, and they should be touch. Yeah, so they're actually just like touch lamps. So that's InDaynaMo's little clock over here as well. So that's got Google Assistant built into it as well. Plus it's got the weather and time. So I've got a lot of storage. So my clothes are on that side there. In that side I've just got screwdrivers, sticky tape, batteries. InDaynaMo's got clothing here, clothing there. So this is the bathroom. I'm sure we originally did a walkthrough when we first got the caravan. So I installed the soap holders here. I put in a new chain. I put in a new holder there as well. A new that shower head I installed at the very early stages, but I got out of Amazon. This here's a fantastic fan. So this here, our last one barely did anything at all. Like the fan was actually a lot smaller than what the hole is. So this one here comes with a remote control, and what happens is when you press it, there's actually like a vent on top which actually opens up. So I'll press it in and you have a look. So you can see it actually, there's a latch on the top there, it actually goes up. So pretty much, I think you can actually use this while driving because there's no air sort of getting in. So it's got 10 speeds. I mean, during winter, where we're in now, I only put up to like 30% or else it'll get way too cold in here. So it actually does suck a lot of energy. You can automate it as well. So you can have the latch open up when it gets to a certain degree and close. But yeah, it's really been great. It doesn't get foggy in here anymore. Another upgrade I did is I replaced all the halogen tubes inside the lights here with LEDs. So again, I replaced all those with LEDs. The previous owner already replaced these like round ones here with LEDs as well. So they just drew a lot less. So sort of going down here, you can see here. Put up some soap holders. We've got all our gadgets here, InDaynaMo's beauty products. We've got a heater here which has been good during winter. We got the business tank down the bottom there, so that's our toilet. There's a washing machine actually under here, so InDaynaMo's doing washing. There's actually here a whole washing machine there. So we've pretty much got it's all pretty much fully contained here. So we're at the caravan park at the moment, and we don't really have to use our facilities apart from, I guess, for electricity outside and when we empty the business. Everything else we can just do in here. So there's all storage under the bed here as well. So we've got a lot of sort of just extra stuff there. I've got a dehumidifier on the ground there, which in winter's been good because it stops stuff getting wet. To give you an idea of the freezer, so that's fully stocked there. When I had this fridge here as well, I think it was missing a shelf, so I ended up buying a shelf online. I fixed this light here, just a lot of sort of small things that I've sort of done around the place. This is another thing I've done as well. So this is just access to get under the bed, but what I did is, because I had a lot of shoes, I put in like shoe storage cubes and made little storage here for, yeah, under the bed. But yeah, in terms of the caravan itself, there's so much storage in here. We've got storage under the fridge, there's storage under the, like there's another drawer here, but there's storage again underneath that there where the pumps is stored. The oven's under there. Haven't done anything to that there, but works fine. That's the range hood. So they're all pretty much self-contained. Again, yeah, we've got the skylights here. One thing I did do, I'll open up here. So when it actually does get a lot warmer, I'll replace the gas struts here. So if you open this up, it actually lets in a whole lot of air. So those gas struts there, I'll replace those. So now you can actually feel a big breeze sort of coming through here. And again, you can now close it up there, so you get a big breeze and the flies won't get in. Well, that's actually really pleasant. I think I've actually opened it up probably in about 4 or 5 months, just because obviously it's been cold here, and when it's 9 degrees outside, you don't want to open it up. So I'll put the fly screen back there. Right there. So guys, yeah, that's pretty much our little home. So we've been staying in here for the last about 8 months or so, pretty much as soon as we, I think it was after Christmas. Because if you remember, it was the Melbourne Cup weekend. We stayed in here for like 5 days. That was when we were still in Lilydale. And then after that, we had Christmas at home. We were still staying at Sports House. And then after that, oh no, sorry, the start of December is when we, we towed it and stayed at Andrew's house. And then after that, I think it was just after Christmas, then we started living in it sort of full time at Roberto's and being parked up in the backyard. So guys, yes, like I said, yeah, no complaints. I think I've done everything I wanted to do to it now, so there's not too much more I want to do. Everything's sort of fixed. I'll give you a quick show of electronics underneath the cabinets there, because that's sort of like what drives everything here. So guys, I'll be back shortly. So this here is more nerd stuff. So under my poet. So I'll put in some of this non-slip stuff here so the cushions don't slide.
Under Jack's what?
So I'll lift this up. So here, this is pretty much where the battery lives. So I actually made my own battery. I bought the battery cells off AliExpress. They stitched it all together. I'm sure I've got pictures of it somewhere when it was in its early stages. There's a BMS over here. So this here is what sort of maintains the battery and controls everything. I have a DC charger, so that's where when I'm driving, this actually takes power from the car and actually puts it into the battery here. I've just got the I was going to say the DC circuit breakers here. So again, if there's too much power coming from the charger there, that will just disconnect. That's like a master switch there, so if I turn that off, it cuts power to everything in the caravan. So if I ever have to isolate anything, I've got a couple of bus bars here. Then I've got all the cables sort of going to the other side. So this is my side. So I've got fans here as well. So again, if it ever gets too hot under there, that fan over there sucks air in, and this one here I've been exhausted out, so nothing there should get too hot. So for more geeky stuff over here, this is InDaynaMo's side. So I'll just take the pillow out of the way. So if you look under here, this is pretty much, I guess, say the heart of the caravan. This controls everything. So over here we have the inverter charger. So this one here converts the electricity from the battery over here to, I guess, let's say 240 volts, so the ones you plug into. It also takes the power from the solar panels on the roof, converts that to electricity. So you can see here the solar panels are actually bringing in 450 watts, which makes sense because it's a very cloudy day. It shows the battery percent voltage here as well. So this here is the other circuit breakers. So we've got the 240 volt ones here, but we also got So these are all DC ones over here. Sorry, the 240 ones are all in the cabinet behind my bed. So that there's the solid charge controller there that I plug the portable panels into, so you need to have a separate one there. I've got Wi-Fi adapters on both of these as well, so I can actually read these values here from my phone and control everything there. Oh, it's turned off now because we're not drawing too much power, and yeah, I've taken the lid off so it's not as warm. There's the fans there, so again, like the other side here, this fan over here sucks cold air in, and then this one here sucks it out. So again, I've also got like another oh, that's just like a temperature controller there. Oh, sorry, that's a temperature control, that's a sensor, so I can read that there from the internet. This here is just an isolator here from the roof. That's just another Wi-Fi relay there, so I can actually turn these fans on and off as well through my phone. It might be start getting dark under here now, but I've got the fuse box there. There was one there originally, but this one here helps identify any issues. So if one of the fuses blows, the light turns on. That's just all my wiring. More bus bars, and that there is a 24 to 12 volt converter. Because my battery is 24 volts, a lot of the stuff in the Caravan won't work just sort of off that there. So I've got this here which converts a higher voltage to a lower voltage. So yeah, this is pretty much the heart of it all. To install the battery and all this here is probably this, I reckon, of a space of a couple of weekends, a bit of planning as well. The wiring itself, I mean, I had all the wiring laying around, so I didn't have to do too much there. A lot of those breakers and a lot of this stuff here I actually bought while I was in the Philippines, so I had to do a lot of sort of forward planning. I didn't even know what Caravan we were going to have at that stage either, so I kind of just had to buy it all in advance and then just have it ready to go. So yeah, that's all electronics. So when you were in Pathway and actually had no we weren't connected to any kind of thing, I could actually still run. We actually used the air fryer when we were parked up, and that is because we have the batteries and we have the inverter. We can pretty much run all the power points in the Caravan even when we're not actually hooked up to anything. So we can, in theory, stop on the side of the road and cook. The fridge still runs. So yeah, that is everything. So that it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed our Caravan tour today. I totally forget how to do an outro in Dynamo style, so I'd like to thank everyone on the universe, and I'd like to thank you for bottom of my hypothalamus. Don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button, something like this. I don't know. Yes! Ring the bell.
And if they have
If you have any questions, please leave them down below. A lot of this stuff here I did buy in the Philippines. I mean, apart from like I said, a coffee machine and stuff, all the electronics like the inverter, the solar panels. I mean, I got them online, but I did you can buy them anywhere.
You showed them the solar panel on the top?
Briefly, I mean, we've got a lot of photos. I can show you photos. I've got a lot of photos from the roof itself, but I can't really show you like the roof unless I was to jump up there, but I don't have a ladder, so it's a bit hard. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I bought off Lazada. Because we end up sending about 8 boxes of like belly bone boxes back from the Philippines to Australia. So a lot of this stuff you can actually do in your own house. So like these light switches here, you can connect them to like the smart bulbs or relays. So rather than have to like run a brand new light switch in your house and have to do wiring, you can actually just use like a lot of wireless stuff. There's wireless sensors. I mean, there's one above in Dynamo's head there. But you can have that to say turn on different devices. Say if it gets to a certain temperature, you can have the fan turn on.
That's
that's a Starlink there.
Starting, guys.
Yeah, so that's how we get our internet. So yeah, I'm just trying to think of it. I mean, we have a gas monitor here. I've got it unplugged because it triggered when I was cooking yesterday. But yeah, there's a lot of devices that you can install yourself and yeah, make your house a bit more automated. I am a nerd at heart, so pretty much anything I could do to the Caravan, I did do. So yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. I can point you in the right direction of what you need and where to buy it from. So aside from that, yes, I'll see you in my next video. So I'll see you when I see you on my next one. Bye-bye, guys. Be good. Take care. Be safe. And mwah, ciao la. Meow.